Did you know that a Chinese map from 1389 might hold vital keys to understanding Africa's rich history? For centuries, the narrative of African history has been shaped by European perspectives, often overlooking the complex and powerful empires that thrived long before colonial influence. But ancient maps, from Chinese silk scrolls to 19th-century surveys, are revealing a dramatically different story, one of thriving trade networks, resilient kingdoms, and sophisticated societies. Today, we're diving deep into the world of African empires as seen through the lens of these historical cartographic treasures. Prepare to have your understanding of African history redefined. Our journey begins with a map that might surprise you. The Ming Hun Yi Tu, created in China around 1389, this massive silk map offers the earliest known depiction of the African continent. Think about that for a second. Centuries before European explorers charted the coasts, Chinese cartographers were already mapping Africa. It's a testament to the global interconnectedness of the pre-colonial world. The information in this map likely came from indirect contacts and trade routes stretching across Asia and Africa. The level of detail, while not perfect by modern standards, gives us valuable insights into how Africa was perceived from afar. Fast forward a few centuries, and we encounter the mighty Axumite Empire, flourishing from around 50 to 960 CE in what is now Ethiopia and Eritrea. This was a major player in global trade, exporting ivory and other precious goods to the Roman Empire. Imagine towering obelisks, bustling ports on the Red Sea, and a kingdom that even adopted Christianity as its state religion early on. Maps, even those from later periods, help us understand the geographical reach and influence of Axum, connecting it to the wider world. The empire's decline between the 6th and 8th centuries CE marks a turning point, but its legacy continues to resonate in the region. Westward, in present-day Mauritania and Mali, rose the Kingdom of Ghana. This wasn't the Ghana we know today, but a powerful empire that controlled the Trans-Saharan Trade routes from around 300 to 1200 CE. Gold was the lifeblood of Ghana, and it fueled economies across North Africa, Egypt, the Middle East, and even medieval Europe. Salt, slaves, and other goods also flowed through its territories. By 750 CE, Ghana was a major economic force, a testament to the ingenuity and organizational skills of its rulers. These trade routes are evident on historical maps, highlighting the kingdom's central role in connecting sub-Saharan Africa to the Mediterranean world. Now, let's journey to the Nile Valley, where the kingdom of Makuria thrived from the 5th century to 1518 CE. This Nubian Christian kingdom, with its capital at Dongola, stood as a bulwark against Arab expansion for centuries. Think of them as the guardians of Christianity in the region, preserving their faith and culture in the face of powerful external forces. Maps of the region illustrate Makuria's strategic location and its interactions with neighboring powers. The kingdom's resilience is a remarkable story of cultural and religious survival. Further west, in what is now Nigeria, the Oyo Empire emerged around 1600. This Yoruba state became a dominant force in the region, known for its powerful cavalry and sophisticated political system. The Oyo Empire was also deeply involved in the transatlantic slave trade, a dark chapter in its history. By 1866, under the rule of Alafin Adalu, the empire's influence was waning, but its legacy continued to shape the region. Maps from this period reveal the complex political landscape of West Africa, with empires like Oyo interacting with European powers along the coast. The story of Oyo reminds us that African empires were not isolated entities, but active participants in global trade and politics, even in the face of exploitation. Shifting our focus to North Africa, we find the kingdoms of Numidia and the Garamantes. Numidia, a Berber kingdom in modern Algeria and Tunisia, resisted Roman expansion for years, while the Garamantes, based in the Sahara, controlled vital Trans-Saharan trade routes. These kingdoms demonstrate the diversity and resilience of African societies in the face of external pressures. The Garamantes, existing from before the 5th century BCE to the 7th century CE, remind us that even the harshest environments can support thriving civilizations. These kingdoms, though often overlooked, played a crucial role in shaping the history of North Africa. The Trans-Saharan trade routes, crucial to Ghana and the Garamantes, reached their peak by 750 CE. They supplied Europe with much-needed gold and facilitated the exchange of goods and ideas across the continent. However, Vasco da Gama's voyage around the Cape of Good Hope in 1498 offered a new route to Asia, bypassing the Sahara and gradually diminishing the importance of these ancient trade networks. Maps from this period reflect this shift, with European powers increasingly focusing on coastal trade and exploration. Now, let's examine some 1866 maps. These maps offer a snapshot of Africa just before the scramble for Africa, the period when European powers carved up the continent for themselves. What do these maps reveal? They show a continent teeming with independent polities, kingdoms, and empires, each with its own distinct history and culture. Abyssinia, modern Ethiopia, is shown as a collection of fragmented territories, hinting at the internal dynamics of the region. The maps also illustrate the extent of European presence along the coast, with colonies like Gambia and settlements like Freetown marking the beginning of European encroachment. These maps are a stark reminder of what was lost during the colonial era and the vibrant pre-colonial societies that existed across the continent. But there are lesser-known details hidden within these maps. The 1389 de Ming Hun Yi Tu, for example, challenges the Eurocentric view of exploration and discovery. It suggests that knowledge of Africa was more widespread than we often assume. Similarly, the Kingdom of the Auras, led by the Berber Queen Kahina, resisted Arab invasions in the 7th century CE, demonstrating the fierce determination of African societies to defend their independence. Even smaller kingdoms, like those in modern Uganda and Rwanda, played a significant role in shaping the political landscape of the region. These details remind us that African history is not just about empires and trade, but also about the countless smaller communities that contributed to the continent's rich tapestry. The historical significance of these empires cannot be overstated. They drove global trade networks, fostered cultural exchange, and shaped the political landscape of Africa for centuries. Ghana's gold fueled economies across continents, while Axum linked Rome to the Indian Ocean. The Swahili city-states on the east coast traded with Arabia and India, creating cosmopolitan urban centers. These empires left a lasting legacy, influencing everything from metallurgy and architecture to statecraft and religious practices. Their stories deserve to be told and remembered. The legacy of these empires continues to resonate in modern Africa. Ethiopia and Eritrea trace their roots back to the Axumite Empire, while Ghana's trade hubs inform the economies of modern Mali and Mauritania. The Yoruba structure of the Oyo Empire influences Nigeria's ethnic politics, and the Swahili coast underpins Kenya and Tanzania's coastal trade. Even smaller kingdoms, like those in Uganda and Rwanda, continue to shape the political landscape of their regions. By understanding the history of these empires, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities and nuances of modern Africa. However, it's important to acknowledge the controversies and suppressed history surrounding these empires. Eurocentric mapping often erased African polities and downplayed their achievements. The fragmentation of Abyssinia on 1866 maps may have been used to justify later Italian claims. The continuity of Nubian kingdoms after the 14th century is often overlooked, and the role of African societies in the transatlantic slave trade is sometimes glossed over. It's crucial to critically examine these historical narratives and challenge the biases that have shaped our understanding of African history. So, what can we learn from these ancient maps and the empires they depict? They reveal a vibrant and complex history that challenges Eurocentric perspectives and celebrates the ingenuity and resilience of African societies. They remind us that Africa was not a passive recipient of external forces, but an active participant in global trade and politics. By studying these maps, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the rich and diverse history of the African continent. Join us as we continue to explore the untold stories of Africa, one map at a time. Wide aerial shot of the Sahara Desert at sunset, sand dunes stretching to the horizon, no people, cinematic 8K.